Hi guys, Ann here, and today we have like a little sit down video and I'm going to do a Q&A. I have not done a Q&A in probably maybe about a year or something like that. I don't know, it's been a minute. So I'm sitting out by my tree and I don't know if you guys look crooked because the way I have you set up with the tripod, but I always think that, and then when I'm editing I'm like, you're not crooked, what are you talking about? So I'm just going to leave it alone. If I'm a little, I feel like it looks like this, but we'll just go with the flow. So yesterday, very quickly, if you don't follow me on my community post, make sure that you have your post available because sometimes you have the notifications off. I post a lot of community posts and pictures, and you guys know I've been doing this weight loss. And I started my weight loss, I think it was like 167 pounds or something like that. And today is Monday, Monday when I'm filming. So last night, or it's this morning, I can't remember. Maybe this morning, I'm down to like 150 pounds. Now the other day I was just 153. I am losing weight like crazy. But let me show you really quickly, what I look like. All right, I don't want to mess up the the camera by moving it. I have my phone out, so I'm just going to kind of go back like this. This is a size large. Now I feel like I'm like, because by this tree, the ground is so soft, so I can feel as I'm sitting in the chair, it kind of sinking. I don't know. Anyway, so yesterday I asked on the community post, if you guys have any questions, because like I said, I haven't done a Q&A in over a year, and there's new subscribers that maybe you guys just want to know something and just want to ask. I also put one maybe like an hour ago as well, and nothing was off limits except for, of course, I'm not going to give any any personal information about my children or anything like that, of course, but anything else is nothing's off topic. I mean, nothing's off limits. All right, so here's my community post. All right, so we'll go to yesterday's post first for the questions. I literally feel myself sinking further down. Okay, all right, so yeah, one day ago, I'm gonna show you, I was 153.2 pounds, but now I'm down to 151, almost 150. So I said to a couple of my friends, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm a hypochondriac, but I'm always thinking, like, is something wrong? Because I'm not on that Ozempic. It's been out of stock for over 3 months. So I'm not taking any weight loss drugs. I'm not, like, really doing a lot of exercising, I did cut out, I don't drink any soda. I might have a sip here and there just for, to have that taste, But, and I cut my sweets out. Like, I don't have cookies. The other day, if I have a tasty cake, it comes with 2 in a pack, I might eat 1. And then put the other one away and eat the other one in a couple days, So I've done that. I haven't cut off sweets, sugar, 100%, but I would say at least 90%. And that's the only thing that I have done differently. And I am losing weight, like a couple pounds every day. So my goal weight is 145. But if I get too much under that, then I have to make a doctor's appointment just to make sure nothing else is going on. But hopefully it's just water weight. You know what I mean? Anyway, all right, so let me go to the questions. Okay, here's one. From Cash App B something. I don't have my glasses on, but she says, I have a question as a black woman. Do you have black girlfriends or associates? Asking because I know several white women with biracial kids, but no association with black women. Just curious and no judgment. So I do. So I've said this before. I raised my kids in the projects, and I've always dated outside my race. I got pregnant at 18, and my son's father, of course, was black. And I've always had, and still to this day, I have relationships with their sisters and everything else. Maybe not with the fathers of my kids, but with family. And I had a lot of friends, and I still do. And actually, it's so funny. So I've shared this before. This is funny. I was raised by my mother and my grandmother. My mother and grandmother lived together until they both passed away. And anyway, my grandmother, when her second husband was still alive, who was not my biological grandfather, he was a chef and owned a restaurant and everything else like that. So he always did the cooking. And my grandmother was a waitress for over 40 years. She retired, I think, at 62 or something like that as a waitress. And so they never really did a lot of cooking. And like this, you know, my grandmother knew how to cook like Jewish meals, right? But never, like, if they fried chicken, it was like like shake and bake. Like that was their seasoning, salt and pepper. So when I like started cooking and everything, I didn't know its seasoning and everything else like that. And so I'll never forget when I was with my son's father, and I was acting like I knew how to cook and all this, and I'm making fried chicken. I did not know how to make no fried chicken. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So I had the oil on, the oil on too hot. So when I put the chicken in there, which had hardly any seasoning, with no flour, okay, it got burnt on the outside and it was like pink on the inside, okay? And needless to say, we had pizza that night. But so I really didn't know how to do a lot of cooking. Like I knew how to do like scrambled eggs or make omelets and stuff like that. And of course make like matzo ball soup and different Jewish things and all that stuff. And you know, I knew how to do meatloaf, but I didn't know a lot about seasonings, right? But if that's all you know, you think it's good. So when I moved into my second projects that I lived in, because the first one, I was pregnant with the twins, well, my daughter, and I had Tyler, but I was only there for a year until I was able to move to the city that my mother lived in. I always wanted to be close to them, the same city. And anyway, I met my friend Joanne, and Joanne could cook her ass off. And of course, she's a black one. And she's the one who taught me how to cook, taught me about seasonings and everything. And I became a really good cook. I don't know how to cook like a lot of things, but the things I do know how to cook, at least everybody around me likes it. Like when I make my fried chicken, people are amazed. Like, that's a white girl that made that chicken. You know, but yeah, I always tend, for some reason, to always get along. Well, I don't know if it's the culture or what, just like with church. When I used to go to church when I was younger, I didn't like church. I used to think it was so boring. So in my family, like, okay, so they have the Jewish religion, there's Catholics, there's people that don't believe in God. I'm the only one in my family that I know of that's Christian, me and my children. So I would go to different churches just to see, and like the singing and all that used to put me to sleep. It was more like opera singing in my eyes. Like, it was so boring. And then I went to my first church. So my daughter's father, I've said this before, her grandfather was an assistant pastor of a church. So when you went over there, like if you were there on a Wednesday, you had to do Bible study, or you just don't go. And anyway, I would go to church and everything else. And that was the first church. I'm like, oh my God, I like this. You know, like I'm praying. I am the one that I'm like, yes, or amen. And I'm standing up and I'm dancing. And like, you know, my kids, it used to embarrass them. I used to like side, you know, do this with them, but I didn't care. I was that one. You know, I'm up doing the two-step, like, yes, or amen, you know, and I got into it. So most of my friends are black women, but it's mostly family, like my sister-in-laws, my kids' family, you know, stuff like that. I don't really have a lot of in-person friends anymore, especially when I moved out of the projects. Even white girls, I don't really have in-person friends. I do have one person, that you guys know, Abby. She has a channel, Abadabs, and she lives like 25 minutes away from me, but we don't like see each other. She's never been to my house or anything like that. But so yes, I do have. Why did the color like really change? What the heck is that? Me? I just happened to look, but it got extremely dark, and it's only like 4 o'clock. I don't know if we're having a storm. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Okay, I don't know what happened, but we're just gonna keep it moving. Anyway, so yes, to answer your question, and if you are new, I don't know why, I've always been like this. I make like a question. I've always made like long stories, you know, instead of just saying, yes, I do. I have to always tell a story. So here's another question. It says, I hope you have a beautiful day, Ann. Thank you so much. Honestly, I would love to hear you talk about your heart health and exercise, yard work, gardening, etc. because I am struggling with getting exercise or my gardening in daily. I have non-compassion cardiomyopathy, but when I go from standing to bending down and picking something up, I can faint or see twink. Yeah, I get that. I definitely understand that. So basically, you just want to know like how I'm getting everything done with my heart issues and different things like that. Well, to be honest, like I don't get a whole lot done. So okay, we have the fence now, but I don't know what you can see, but there's still a lot of area to work on. And I think that's a lot of my issue too now, because I hate the fact I do a little bit and I have a lot of shortness of breath. If you're new, in 2022, the end of March, I had a heart attack. And then a couple days later, I didn't know, it was mild. And a couple days later, I went to my doctor because like I wasn't feeling good or anything. When he did the EKG, that's when he seen something. I was in an active heart attack, and he sent me to the hospital. They start doing testing, and they sent me immediately to Philly Hospital. I live in New Jersey. And then the next day, they put a stent in. I was 99% blocked. So I do have artery, it's called CAD. I have that artery disease. I also have heart failure, and I'm diabetic. So, and I also have, I forget what it's called, it's like this big name, where the blood flow in the heart chamber slowed down a lot, and that's because of the result of having high blood pressure. So you can't fix it, but I can help it from not getting any worse, if that makes sense. Like especially when you're diabetic, once the damage is done, it's done. So because of that, like if I go up the steps, you know, I'm on the 3rd floor from my bedroom, it's like I gotta immediately sit down. I get shortness of breath. If I just do a little bit, I gotta hurry up and sit down. I literally feel like I'm gonna pass out. I gasp for air, and I hate that. Like if I just do a little bit of yard work, it's like I gotta sit down. I feel like I'm gonna pass out, or I can't finish it, and it's very frustrating, and it makes me very emotional, like, because my mind is here, but my body is like it's given up, and I don't, you know, it's hard when you can't control that. So you got to remember that, you know, when I film, I might be filming for 5 hours, but I can edit everything out to where you see a 30-minute. So it might take me 5 hours just to pick up these sticks or to weed whack and to do little things, but you're just seeing it in 20-30 minutes, right? So, and also when you have health issues, does cause depression and different things. So I'm still learning on how to do that too. It's very hard. It's like I haven't accepted yet that I can't do everything that I used to be able to do. And it's hard. So I really don't know. If you can see, I still haven't planted flowers and all that because it's like I need help. I can't do a lot of digging because that requires work that will make my heart, it would just make me, it's just not good. And, you know, when you have to wait for people to do stuff, because, you know, my children work and different things, it's hard because I'm the type, I want things done and I want things done now. But what I will say is you just can't give up. You know, for me, like, staying in my room crying, what is that going to do, right? Because the sun still comes out in the morning, right? Life still goes on. And we just have to learn and try to accept that we can't do what we used to do, and do a little bit every day. And when you have a heart issue, you do have to exercise, even if it's just walking, because, you know, our heart is a muscle, and we have to keep that muscle strong, especially if you had a heart attack or anything like that. So, you know, even if you just get a treadmill or anything and just walk. That's why I always try to say, like, if you're just a viewer and you watch even different YouTubers that do all this stuff, you know, you can't look at their life and feel bad about yours, because like I said, things could be edited out. Other people might have help. You just don't know. Not everything is what it perceives on camera, in their real life. That's why I've always shared my personal life and the struggles and my flaws and everything else, because I want to show you that, look, I don't always have my shit together. You know, that's why I share, like, you know, my kids have to help me financially in different things. Bills are high, especially if you own a home. Like, everybody knows how expensive that is. I mean, my electric bill is like over $600 a month. That's the truth. You know, it's funny when I share sometimes how much my cable bill or different things is, and people that live in other states, they're like, oh, she must be lying. And it's like, you look it up. You live in Jersey, California, different states. Like, things are expensive. That's why a lot of people are moving out of Jersey. It's just the truth. But anyway, things are expensive. Like my car payment, car insurance, all that type of stuff. Like, and also a lot is me because I'm not filming like I used to, which I need to get back to doing. And so, you know, I share about my divorce and different things because I want you guys to know, like, I'm not perfect. And remember, people only show you what they want to show you. Just because somebody acts like they have a good marriage doesn't mean that's what it is. Right? Just because people show you all these, the cars that might be $80,000 and these nice houses and all these clothes. Well, how do you know it's not rented? How do you know that they're not in debt? How do you know it's theirs? So, you know, you got to remember that when you see Instagram posts and YouTube, and I don't have TikTok, so I don't even know what's on TikTok, but just remember that. So don't feel bad for yourself because you're looking at other people. And I know that's not what the question is. It's just sometimes, I don't know, if maybe somebody needs to hear it. It's just like, I feel like I have to say this. So even if I repeat myself every day, I never know who's watching and who needs to hear that, because sometimes I have to tell myself that, like, you know. Short answer is I don't do it daily, and I just learned that I can only do a little bit at a time. You know what I mean? Oh, I can edit everything out, don't worry. Do you remember, it was, God, this was years ago, and I don't even know if you know this, but remember Brutus? Do you remember my mom's dog, Brutus? It looked like a rat or something. I don't know if you remember. But anyway, like, so she let him out, and she had the screen door open here on the back, right? So anyway, you know, she can't see worth nothing. She didn't have her glasses on. And anyway, so she thought Brutus came in, and then she realized it was a possum, either a possum or a raccoon or something. Yeah. And so she's screaming with the broom. Tyler comes running downstairs like, what's going on? And I had just came in to see her. And I'm like, what the hell? I mean, just the scene. Can you imagine? Just the scene. And I'm like, how did you not know that was not your dog? I'm like, we don't even have that stuff. Like, what are you talking about? You know? But I mean, she was screaming like bloody murder. And I'm like, you know, because she's from West Atlantic City. I'm like, God, we're all city girls. Can you imagine living in the country? I know. We would die. Okay, I'm back. It's been a minute. I had a friend come over. Oh my God. Anyway, I don't even know where I was at. So let's just move on to the next question. It's been a while. It is after, let me show you. It is after 6 o'clock now. So hopefully, this will probably go up tomorrow on Tuesday. Okay, let me get back to the questions. Okay, I think it's Sophia. I was wondering how you're losing weight. I'm going through menopause and haven't been gaining a lot of weight. And have been gaining a lot of weight. Any and all advice would be appreciated. Well, like I shared earlier, I'm not like on any weight loss medicine or anything like that. I just really been watching what I'm eating. I'm not really doing a lot of exercising. I do want to start doing like Pilates or something. And I was just telling my boys, I'm like, I want to get dumbbells, like the weights. I'm like, should I get 3 pounds or 5 pounds? And they're like, 5 pounds. I'm like, you know, and I had that boxing thing. You know what? I don't have time today, but maybe tomorrow I'll do like little clips or whatever and show you how that boxing thing is. I do that. That does help with your arms, but like, you see I'm getting like this because I need to put muscle and tone up. So I want to start doing something like that, just little things. And even if you have a gallon of milk, you can use something, you know. But I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm just watching what I'm eating. I drink a lot of water. Like, I go through water, but I also have like a filter that we put in our sink as well. So like, I drink a lot of filtered water. You know, I only take this like when I'm outside or going somewhere. But so yeah, I just drink a lot of water. Stay away from any like juice. I drink a little bit of juice, but just for that craving, you know. So just like a couple sips, or maybe like this much, like a half a glass or something like that. And I don't do that every day, once in a while. once in a while I'll have some ice cream. Like, I'm not going to say like I go completely no sugar. I do treat myself like once a week or what have you. And I eat a lot of salads, and I just stayed away from sweets and stuff. But basically, that's really all that I've been doing. And for a little bit, it took a minute to start losing, but now I'm like losing weight. The problem is, like, you got to put muscle, right? Because I think when you start losing weight, you lose water weight and you lose muscle weight as well, right? And muscle weighs more than fat. So you might look at somebody and they're muscular, and then think they're a little, they may weigh a little bit more because they're a little bit more toned up and muscular, you know. But so for me, that's what I notice I have to do now, is just tone up. And I don't like this, you know, and in my stomach I'm getting jiggly now, right? Because before, so I suffer from insulin resistance, and so would make my stomach big, but it was like hard. It looked like I was pregnant. So when I sat down, I didn't have any rolls or anything like that, because the fat is behind the muscle, where most people, if they have fat, it's like over the muscle, right? So anyway, now that I know I'm losing weight, I'm getting this, like, can you see? So I need to tighten that up. But yeah, that's really all that I'm doing. Just watching what I'm eating, drinking more water, but really cut the carbs out and the sugar out. But I always suggest never go cold turkey. When people say cut it out, go cold turkey, because that's when you start cheating, and then the diet doesn't last. You know, you do it for a little bit. So I always say, you know, if you have a problem with soda, drink a couple sips here or what have you. Just slowly, you know, get off of it or what have you. But yeah, that's all that I've been doing. Okay, what kind of car do you drive? I have a guess, but I would like to know if I'm right. I'm kind of a car girl. So I have a 2023 Hyundai Elantra N. N as in Nancy. So that's more like the sport version, but that's the kind of car that I have. Julie asked, if you could take a vacation anywhere in the world, where would you go? My choice would be Fiji. Ooh, that's a good choice. I've always said I wanted to go to Australia. Now, let me tell you why. I love Australian accents. I love any accents, even like Southern, like down south. I was just telling my friend, I was like, you know, I would love to meet a man, like a Southern man, a good fashioned Southern man that works with his hands, that does yard work and builds things and works on cars, but also has those Southern values as well, right? Like taking care of their woman and all that kind of stuff, and just a gentleman, opening the car door, all of that. Up east, northeast, like, it ain't like that. I mean, there's been times, like, I don't care if you're a woman and your battery dies and you're pulled over, people just go right by you. I mean, they're ignorant here, you know. So, I mean, there are some good men, don't get me wrong. But I just, especially with that little accent, that's a plus, you know. And prefer over somebody that can cook. That's a turn on, too. But so I would always wanted to go to Australia because I like their accents. But I don't know. I also would love maybe like the Caribbean, because I'm an outdoorsy type of person, and I love the water. I don't know how to swim. I could do the doggy paddle and I could back float, but that's about it. But I would love to see like clear water and just be in the water, or, you know, the beach. But yeah, I would love to go there, Hawaii or something like that. Really anywhere. Take me anywhere. Anywhere than Jersey. Kimberly asks, when are you doing another eyeshadow palette? Well, I have something coming up, but it's not with Rashabi Cosmetics or Slay Glam Box or anything like that. I really can't say too much, but, you know, there's some collabs in the works. Sharon says, are you ever going to try your hand at gardening? I think it would be therapeutic for you. I want to. I was just telling Tyler about that. Here, let's keep it real. I don't eat the first thing about gardening. I don't. And because I don't have any in-person people in my life to really like know that knows gardening or can help me, I don't know. I have to YouTube it. So I would love to. I just don't know the first step to do it. And that's why, like, I want to clear this area right here, and like around Well, on the side of my house, I want to do like strawberries. Let me know when is a good time of year. If you guys are from the East Coast, like in Jersey, I want to do strawberries and different things. So I want to start doing that. But I want to also have flowers and have it all against, I showed you the fence, all against this fence here. Just have like flowers and different things. So I don't know the first thing about gardening. So if anybody can give me any tips, but I definitely think it would definitely help. It would give me something to look forward to, you know, definitely. So that's why, like, even though I keep saying, oh, I want to do this, this, and this, and this, it's just doing it. That's the first step, right? That's always the hardest step. Okay, Christy says, as a young girl, did you have a particular dream of what you wanted to be when you grew up? Also, have you ever had a paranormal experience? Lots of love from the UK. All right, what was the first question? What did I want to be? Well, when I was little, I always wanted to be a teacher. But then once I start, you know, getting in trouble and different things, I wanted to, once I start getting my life together in my 20s, you know, as far as like getting in trouble, you know, going to jail, that kind of stuff, I was hanging with the wrong crowd. I always wanted to help the youth, maybe be like a youth, like probation officer or something else, something positive to help with the youth. Because I've shared this before, even with me, all I really needed in my life was a positive role model. And sometimes when you don't have that, you go looking for anything that's giving you attention. So even though I became friends with the wrong type of crowd, the wrong friends, they're the ones that gave me attention. You know, we see these 10, 11-year-olds that are doing these shootings and car thefts and getting in trouble. And, you know, they really just need a good role model. Most of these kids, female and male, don't have a father figure, father figure. Maybe they're raised in a single parent home and maybe the mother works and is not home a lot, or what have you. Or on drugs, or, you know, like in my case. And I noticed people judge, like when I lived in the projects and different things raising my kids. And I've seen with my own eyes kids that were 10, 11 and grew up to be adults because they're taught and they see, oh, you can go out, sell drugs, easy money, fast money. And, you know, that's what they do. Instead of having that positive role model, like, no, let's go play basketball. Let's toss the football. No, you cut grass. That's how you make money. Do it this way. Go to school, you know. And unfortunately, that's the truth. And that's why, you know, a lot of these children are going down the wrong path. So I always wanted to do something positive. But because I do have a felony that has stopped me from a lot of things, I would love to work with children, with kids. I really would. That would be my goal. Even now, I think I would definitely do it. If I can find a job that would hire me, I would do it in a heartbeat. I really would. And anything paranormal. Like, I've never seen ghosts or anything like that, but I can tell you, like in this house, you know, my mother and grandmother, it was their house. I can feel their energy. I don't like hear them. They don't talk to me. I don't see them, but I can feel it when they're there. And a lot of times my dogs always look in this one corner, or Aura, the 2-year-old, will, when she's in the living room, when she goes this way facing the dining room and kitchen, she'll like start growling, usually around 11 o'clock at night. It's around the same time. But sometimes I just feel them. A couple times, like one time I went into the kitchen and right in the middle of the floor, and I had just got done washing the floor and everything, I seen like a little diamond earring. And I'm like, where'd this come from? I asked Lexi, it's not hers. And little things I might, you know, see. I see a lot of pennies. I'm like, look, Mom or Grandma, if that's you, can you put like quarters down or something? Okay, stop being a cheapskate. You know, but I don't, like I said, I don't see anything or hear anything, but I definitely feel it. I shared this story before. One time I was looking for the death certificate. I needed it for a reason. And I knew it was in my room, and we have window air conditions. And I go upstairs, this was last year or the year before, I can't remember, in the summer. And it was like wet. So I have an area rug, and it's like, you know, you have footprints. It's like, you know, you feel like, what the hell? And I looked, and my air conditioner was leaking water. And it was like, oh my God, it was a mess. But that made me go into the one closet and take everything out to clean it up. And there, long behold, right on top of this bag was her envelope with the death certificates. And I always think, was that my mother? because I remember talking to her that day, and I'm like, Mom, where are they? Give me a sign. And that day, later on around 3 in the afternoon, is when that happened with the air condition. And then so when we took it out, it was like a couple of leaves got stuck behind that air condition, so we just had to clean the back out. But I mean, that was a little freaky, but I thanked my mother. I'm like, if that was you, thank you. So little things like that has happened, but I haven't like seen anything. Probably scare the heck out of me. Let me know if you guys have. And do you believe in ghosts, paranormal? Let me know. Okay, here's the next question. Are you going to get a new wardrobe when you get a goal weight? At least a few date night outfits. What styles? Inquiring minds want to know. Well, definitely, because I'm going to need clothes to fit me, absolutely. But as far as like date nights and stuff, I don't know. Because like I can't picture myself dating yet. And where would I even go to find people? Let's be real, I don't go anywhere. But I still got to work on myself. Definitely. I definitely have to work on myself. If it's the right time for me to meet that person, God will put that man in my life regardless, right? So I probably wouldn't go get outfits like that unless I maybe find somebody. And that's just the God's honest truth. But I don't know. I don't even know what my style is anymore, because I have been depressed for so long. Like, I'll just wear stuff like this, and I need to start wearing clothes like I used to. You know, I like to show off my body. I mean, I like a little cleavage and tight clothes, and you know, I don't mean like slutty, not like that. It's like there's classy ways, but girly, more feminine, I should say. I don't know. Maybe I need to do it. Maybe it'll make me feel a little bit better. You know, that's a good question. Okay, so that is all the questions on that post. Make sure so I'm not getting any Wi-Fi out here. Okay, so let me go to the new post. Cindy says, when will we have more details about you being on TV in 2025? I can't say a lot of things right now. You know, there's different things that need to be settled, NDAs, all that type of stuff. But it's coming, I can tell you that. And it's going to be like a dating show, kind of. More like reality TV. That's all I can tell you for right now. But it's coming, I can guarantee you that. And I'm very excited for that. Okay, Julie says, are you still going to sell some merch? You had talked about coffee mugs. Love your videos. Blessings. Thank you, Julie. I do plan on it. I got into a funk. I was so close. You know, remember I was saying I'm going to do coffee talks and mornings and all this kind of stuff. And then, you know, with the divorce, everything, I truly got into a funk. And that's just the truth. And then I got into a little drama here on YouTube, which really made me not want to do anything. And then my health started declining, all that type of stuff. And I kind of stopped. And then I overthink, like, you know, I keep saying I'm going to do these things. Well, will anybody buy it? Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even have memberships, not even on my beauty channel. You know, I am thinking about doing memberships on this channel at the lowest. I think the lowest is like 99 cents. And it's not to make the money. It's now that I realize what people are capable of and looking into and all that type of stuff. There's certain things I won't share. So maybe having memberships, I know whatever is behind a paywall, they can't use that. So I might start doing that and getting more a little personal and different things like that. But as far as like merch and all that, let me know down below, are you guys still interested in that? Like the coffee mugs. And, you know, I really need to start doing my coffee talks, even like just out here. Something I need to. I'm feeling better mentally. I'm not 100% there, but I'm definitely feeling better mentally. And also physically a little bit, you know? So let me know if you guys will still be interested. I'm going to be honest with you, like hoodies, shirts, it's going to be like tie-dye. Not all tie-dye, of course, but, you know, stuff like that. So let me know if you would still be interested in that. And I'll definitely start working on it again. Let me know down below. Jody, she says, when is your next makeup collab going to come out? I don't know as far as that. We are still doing the details and picking stuff out and all that type of stuff. So I'm not sure exactly when it'll come out, like what month and different things like that. But it's coming. Why don't you watch shows that have more than one episode? There are so many good shows that I want to watch. That's my friend Jody. And she knows because she always sends me like shows that are episodes and I can't watch them. I like movies. Why? Because it's my OCD. Because if there's something that has 9 episodes, I will sit there and start watching it up to 5 in the morning. I don't care. Because it's like, oh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And before you know it, it's the whole friggin' day. I've already been like 3 in the morning, and Tyler or somebody will come downstairs to get something to drink. They're like, "Are you still watching?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can. It's got 2 more episodes left." That's why. I'll start watching all the seasons because like I want to know. It's like I can't stop, and the movies are like 2 hours long. You know everything, so that's why like I don't start unless it's something like 4, 5, 6 episodes. Okay, but other than that, like I know myself, I won't stop. That's why. Boxers or briefs? Definitely boxers. I don't like seeing men in tighty whities. Well, I do also like the underwear that is like, what are they? Maybe they're briefs that have like the underwear that are tight that come down here. I like that, especially if you have a nice butt and stuff like that. Like, I've always dated guys that had a really nice butt. So now that's a turn on, but not like tighty whities. No, thank you. But boxers, I think. Unless it's that type. Is that briefs? I don't know. If you could take an all-expense vacation for a couple of weeks, where would you like to visit? Okay, so I kind of answered that. That is from Brenda. But yeah, I if it was a couple weeks, definitely in the summer to the Caribbean. 100%. Or anywhere with the ocean, even down here where I live. If I go to Atlantic City or Wildwood or Seaside Heights or something like that I rented out, like, an apartment or something or a house for a couple weeks where I can walk right there to the beach, like a little private beach area or something like that, or a pool or something like that. Absolutely. Anything to do with being outside and water. I'll go. Okay, Brenda also asked, if you can spend an hour with anyone, alive or dead, who would you choose? And then Lisa put underneath there, I bet she says her mother and grandmother. Well, that definitely, and my daughter who passed. If you don't know, Lexi was a twin, and my daughter, she passed away after an hour. So definitely, and then I would have had another child. I would have had 5 kids altogether. Tyler, I was like 8.5 weeks. It was a miscarriage. So I don't know if it was a boy or girl. Tyler was about 1.5 years old, something like that. So definitely my kids, just to see. I think besides that, because that's the obvious answers, right? I think besides that, I would probably love Marilyn Monroe. Oh my God, I would love to spend some time with her. Just hear her stories. I can't think off the top of my... Here's a fun fact about me. I watch that channel. What is it called? AMC or something like that? It's channel 75 for me. But it has all the old movies, like from the 1935s. Or is it TMC or something like that. And it has like movies from the 1940s, the 1930s, like all of that I love watching. I love watching the style, how they did their hair, how they dressed, girls and guys, how their houses look, the fashion, all of that stuff. I just love that. I think Marilyn Monroe though, but let me think who else. That's a good question. Also Corey Haim. Oh, do you guys remember him? He played in the Goonies. His best friend was Corey Feldman. I had the biggest crush on Corey Haim. Oh, he passed away from I don't know if it was pneumonia or a drug overdose. Oh my God. Oh, you know who I would love to spend some time with? Oh, what was his name? He was a comedian. Oh my God, he was so funny. Oh, I would have and he was smart. So smart. I would have loved to spend some time with him. Do you know that's another little fun fact about me? I am very attracted to smart men. I've never dated somebody like that, but I love it. Oh, that's another thing about me. Oh, something about a smart man. Just, I don't know. I love it. Oh no, it won't let me go back to the questions. All right, I'll be right back. Let me go further to the house and try to get back on Wi-Fi. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. And I remembered as I was going in the house, Bernie Mac, that was the comedian that I would love to spend some time with. Oh, he was hilarious. Okay, I got back online. All right, I told you because, so we have the house and then we have a fenced in yard, right? That's where the dogs and everything go. And then back here is further out. This is all the way at the back of my house. And so like you can't get Wi-Fi. All right, here is another question. What is the definition of a perfect looking man? Well, I am actually very attracted to like Italian men or like Spanish, like that olive complexion. I love dark hair and beautiful blue or green eyes. Oh, or maybe like amber eyes. Like, I don't know. Eyes are a big thing. Nice teeth. That is a turn on. Dimples is a turn on for me. But when I see you, I don't care how good you look. If you are wearing sneakers, they better be clean. If they're white, they better be clean. I do not like to see dirty sneakers. I just don't. It's like a pet peeve. But I don't know if there's ever like a perfect man. You know, I don't like skinny men. I like tall men. So at least 5'10" and higher, even though I'm 5'3" and 3/4. I want somebody taller, you know, like 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", perfect for me. And I like a little muscle, but I also like some meat on them. I don't care if you don't have to have a flat stomach. I don't care if you have a little stomach or a bit. I don't care. I like to see a stomach that shows that you like to eat. I feel like if I'm with you, it shows that I'm cooking, you're eating my food. You know what I mean? Like I'm taking care of you. So I like that. But I notice as I'm getting older, it's their personality. I like somebody that's funny and also that smells good. Oh my God, I've always said this, you could be a 2. Now when I used to drink, in my drinking days, depending on how much drink I had, if you smell good, you can go to a 6 or a 7. And if I was drunk, you'd be an 8. But something about a good smelling man, oh my God, that's a turn on to me. Just turn on. I don't know, like, it's kind of changing a little bit. Like, I'm not really into appearance like I used to. Like, when I met my husband at the time, I wasn't, like, attracted to him. He wasn't ugly, in my opinion. But I liked, I thought he was, he went to church all the time. He was very Christian. You know, we talked about God and the Bible, and that was just a turn on. That's what I want too. Somebody that believes in God. I'm not saying you have to go to church every Sunday. I would like it, or Bible study. But I want somebody that I can sit down and talk to about the Bible with. Somebody knows a little bit about the Bible and that believes in God. You know. So, that is that. Can I find that? But you said as far as looking, I don't know. But it's more like, what can they do? You know, do they take care of me? Are they good to me? You know, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But I have to be at least a little bit attracted to you. And I'm not going to settle anymore. I will not settle. My kids are grown. You know, I have my own house. I have a car. You know, I don't need somebody to take care of me, but I want to help me. I mean, it'd be nice. I'd love to find a sugar daddy, but you know, or a rich man. But really just to help me. Somebody that likes to be outside with me, and just treats me good, and you know, and that can make me laugh. Am I asking for too much? Let me know. Tammy says, what is your absolute favorite food? Oh, cheesesteak all the way. 100%. I can eat a cheesesteak every day. But it has to be from Jersey or Philly, you know. I love me a good salad. I can eat salads every day. And a steak. Oh my, but it has to be well done. Listen. Do not make me anything, a hamburger, a steak, any type of meat that I see even a little bit of pink in. Don't do it. I want it cooked. I don't want to see blood, taste blood, or think about blood. I don't mean burnt, okay? But yeah. Okay. Is that all the questions maybe? Let me see. Yeah, that is everything. I'm surprised because I did say you guys can ask me anything. Nothing's off limits. I'm surprised you guys didn't ask me any juicy questions. If you needed to know anything about the drama or sex questions, anything I would have answered. But we'll have to do this. I know a lot of people don't get my community posts, so I'll have to also do another one, maybe my next video. I'll see if you guys have any questions or anything, because like I said, I know not all of you guys see my community posts, so just in case you want to know anything. So I don't know. But thank you so much for asking me the questions, and it just means a lot to me. I tell you guys that all the time. It means so much to me that you guys still care and support me, because I mean, let's keep it real. I've been a wreck for the past 4 or 5 years. Like, you know, every time you turn around, something is happening, and so hopefully from now on, everything's gonna go. That's why I said 2025 is my year. You know, I'm almost 50, and I think my 50s are going to be amazing. You know, I just see everything going up from here. And I know you guys aren't used to the drama, or I just appreciate you guys not judging me and accepting who I am. Yeah, sometimes I get mad. Yeah, sometimes I see things I need to talk about. Like, I have to. But I appreciate you guys, and for sticking by me. It means so much to me. It really, really does. So, all right, I'm gonna get off of here. Tomorrow's Tuesday. You'll probably see this on Tuesday, because what time is it? Yeah, it's 6:39. There's no way I can edit this and have this up tonight. I'm gonna try though, but then also tomorrow, Tuesday, I'll be vlogging, and I got some stuff to do, and yeah, we'll be doing some stuff. Please thumbs up this video. It really does help me out with engagement, even if you thumbs it down. Make sure you leave a comment. Commenting really helps out with engagement, even if it's just an emoji. It really does mean the absolute world to me. I keep telling you guys, I'm trying to grow this channel, and so the more engagement and more it helps. And also leave some questions down below. Let me know if there's anything that you guys want to know, and maybe we'll do a part 2. All right, guys. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay healthy, and most importantly, always stay you. And I will see you in my next video. That is rude. Thank God I'm leaving. Bye.